Sending Bitcoin is actually very similar to sending a wire transfer, except there's no bank. Instead of a bank, Bitcoin uses peer-to-peer networks, digital signatures, and proof of work to accomplish the same task of transferring value. We're going to talk soon in more detail about each of these technologies, but first let's walk through an example. Let's say Alice wants to send 1 Bitcoin to Bob. She doesn't have to physically hand anything to Bob to do this. Remember the requirements to wire money? Alice had to authenticate herself, or prove she was who she said. She had to say how much to send, where to send it, and where to take it from. So Alice creates a transaction, which is just a message, with the to, from, and amount listed, and digitally signs it. Then she announces the transaction to the Bitcoin network through the internet, and the network starts gossiping about it. Did you hear Alice sent Bob 1 Bitcoin? Did you hear Alice sent Bob 1 Bitcoin? Did you hear? Did you hear? After a few seconds, the whole network has heard about it. Bitcoin miners are part of the network, so they hear about the transaction and put it in a block with other transactions. Then the miners start the proof of work, and when they do enough work, they announce the block to the network, and Alice's transaction to Bob becomes official.